Welcome, everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I'm the president of the Mortgage Calculator. We are a lender that operates a little bit differently. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us so we can go through a little bit more about what makes us different. I'm going to then pass it over to Kyle Hershey, our COO. He's going to actually show some of the back end of how some of the software and systems work. And then we'll wrap it up with Jose Gonzalez, our CSO, putting it together with his 28 years of experience in the more traditional sense. Let me start by sharing my screen here. Now, hopefully most of you joined from this page, so let me just run through it as quick as I can, just to explain a little bit more about what we mean at every step. So we are a little bit different. We come from the marketing and technology background, spending millions of dollars on all the different platforms to push leads through our proprietary system. So that's what we're all about here as well. Unlimited free leads, powered by our technology, CRM, POS, LOS, all put together with the latest AI. So you'll see that here in a second, but let's talk a little bit more about our setup here. So what makes us different? As I mentioned, we are a lender that focuses on the tools. We're not your traditional bankers, right? We want to give you guys the tools to scale up your business instantly. So when you plug into what we're doing, you're going to be able to plug into our company-generated leads or generate your own self-generated leads just by plugging into our system. So especially as Kyle mentioned, as we go into this exciting market, we need to make sure we're set up for success, and every bit of business we're doing is going to be generating more business. So I'll explain a little bit more about how that works here. So first up, our business model. Now we have done this team, branch, company, whatever you want to call it, all the different models, FDIC bank, broker, non-del and del. We found that non-delegated correspondent is the best. We're currently approved with over 120 lenders and investors. That means we can do both broker and correspondent for our borrowers, whatever is best for the borrower. Typically, that's going to be a correspondent option where we have over 5,000 loan programs where we can do loans in our name with our 34 correspondent investors. And that's because the correspondent pricing is always going to beat the broker pricing, even with the same investor, the same loan program, because we're funding the loans with our own money, taking on that risk, using our own law firms to close it. And with that risk comes the reward of better pricing. So we're always going to beat out the broker pricing for the same program. Now, if there's any reason we can't fund the loans with our own money in-house, we have over 110 lenders we're partnered with for specialty loans. So what that means for you guys, we have every loan program imaginable, all the standard stuff. As I mentioned, we do that in-house, VA, USDA, FHA, Fannie, Freddie, all the non-QM stuff you can imagine, DSCR. Once we start getting outside the box, commercial, fix and flip ground up, mixed use, CDFI, SBA, all the specialty stuff, we partner with a specialty lender. We also have the AI built in. We call our AI loan officer assistant. His name is Calvin. He's going to send you tips and tricks every step of the way to push your loan start to finish. Now let's talk a little bit about the technology. So everyone on our team gets our instant lead generating website, which is basically what you're on right now. And it's going to be powered with the AI, POS, CRM, LOS, all built in together. So we've written every line of code for what you're about to see here. It's built for us, by us. And what that really means for you guys and your customers, one login for you, one login for your customers, no matter which one of our thousands of loan programs or hundreds of investors and lenders we use. When we use our own in-house loan programs, we have our instant rate quotes with 5,000 plus loan programs, as we mentioned, and we can automatically requote those customers without you doing a thing as the markets fluctuate, which has been a lot lately. Now, with our website here, wherever they come in, there's dozens of different ways they can come in as a lead, but they can come in with just the basics, name, email, or phone, and pull their own live rates, complete their own 1003, pull their own credit, and get those liabilities synced into our system all automatically without you doing anything. And we do this all with our 50 plus API integrations. Obviously, the loan app comes into our Encompass-based system, but you don't have to use Encompass. A lot of people don't like it, no problem. Use our CRM, you don't have to log into Encompass. Optimal Blue, industry standard for pricing, but you don't have to log into Optimal Blue. You just click a button. Meridian Link for credit checks, account check, for VOE, VOI, Appraisal Works, 5 AMCs, everything's just a click of a button. You don't need separate logins. We can also capture leads from website users with no form required. Very cool feature. So again, as you're doing business, if someone's in the market, they may not actually fill out a form, but we can still capture them if they're in the market checking out our materials. We can also plug into our instant social media postings where you get your business cards and flyers automatically made, and they automatically post with your link there to your social media once you plug into our system. So again, generating more leads every day automatically. We have our AI built in for our Calvin dual Oz AI. So a lot of systems run dual Oz, side by side Oz. but we have our AI run an analysis to see which one will actually be better for our specific borrower. And again, we've written every line of code for this, so we have our development staff to do new features. We do pretty much every week a new release, new feature, so please let us know if you have some ideas. And through all the different business models that we've been in, we've found that the training and support were definitely something to work on. So we're all remote based here, so we want to make sure we have that covered. So we have a remote based learning center, basically our classroom, 365 days a year, 24/7. You can log in there, take courses, learn, expand, upgrade, all that kind of great stuff. And we also do our daily live training set up as a podcast. So we do our daily mortgage rates training every day as a podcast. We do our weekly sales training, a little more of a pump up type of podcast training, and our in-depth loan officer training 3 days a week, where we go through more of conditions, loan setup, all that kind of great stuff. So you can check those out anytime. We also have our Zoom support. So again, we're all remote based, but we want to make sure we can get you unstuck when you need to get unstuck. So pop into Zoom, they can take over your screen, help you click the buttons, get you unstuck there. We also have our knowledge center with thousands of articles from us and our partners. So tips, tricks, videos, guidelines, matrices, all kinds of different things there. You can search everything across all the different investors and lenders with the click of a button. And we have our AI built in with our Calvin compliance AI with all the federal regulations and state regulations for the states we're licensed in to get you quick answers for compliance. Now, last couple bullets don't necessarily fit in one of those categories, but let's talk about some of our favorite features. The ability to close DSCR business purpose loans in over 44 total states, so you can do a ton of business without necessarily having to get more licenses. We have all kinds of different ways leads come in. We'll show you a few here, but just make it a simple 50-50 split. No matter where you see them, they'll come in and it's a 50-50 split. Try to make it very simple. Again, you can plug into our leads to generate your leads at scale, whether you're going to set up your own lead campaigns by copying our company ones and paying for your own campaigns, or if you're already paying for leads, you can use our webhook to import those from other sources. You can also click a button to refer deals to your teammates. If you don't have a license, you're uncomfortable, maybe you're busy, maybe you're out of town, click a button, refer that deal to your teammate for 75 basis points. They'll take it over and you can earn while you learn maybe a new loan type or work with your teammates there. And because we're all remote, we still want to make sure we meet everybody face to face. So we do our yearly VIP party here in Miami, and we pay for the hotel room for all the MLOs with closed loans. Great opportunity to meet face to face and have some fun here in Miami. Now there will be a replay video here of this meeting, but let's get into the compensation. Zoom out a little bit. So first up here, the senior loan officer plan. Obviously, everybody's drawn to this, the highest comp in the industry here, 225 basis points. That's on conventional non-QM, that's 2.25%. And simple 50-50 split. If you do a company lead here, 112.5 basis points, that's 1.125%. So our senior loan officer plan is obviously for experienced loan officers that are able to do correspondent and broker. It takes a little bit of talent. Even if you're good at one, you may not be good at the other. Got to put those both together and wear two hats. And once you are, you'll be able to be a senior loan officer and get all the great stuff everybody else does, but also receive referrals from your teammates. So those referrals from your teammates are not just leads, they're referrals with a teammate attached and a really willing and able client, not a lead that you have to cold call. Obviously, access to all the different leads we have, no restrictions whatsoever for the senior loan officers here. And very important here, no max commission cap. So we're not a broker, so there's no max commission here. So when you're doing loans with us, there is an opportunity to make some serious commissions there, more than other shops, many other shops. And we also have a bonus for need volume over 2 million. So again, we want you to plug into our system. If you're already rocking and rolling with lots of volume, we want to get as much comp back as we can. 25 basis points bonus for anything over 2 million, get you as much comp of that back as we can. And if you want to teach people, you can upgrade to a team leader, teach them how to structure deals, teach them how to navigate broker correspondent, and help them disclose their deals, earn 25 basis points for teaching your teammates and helping them put those deals together. Now, to be a senior loan officer, you must have closed at least 6 loans in the last 12 months. Hopefully you've closed both broker and correspondent, have some experience, and then you just got to pass the test there to make sure you have some knowledge, and you'll be rocking and rolling. If you haven't closed loans lately or just getting into the industry, no problem. Sign up as a loan officer here. 150 basis points base comp on your first few deals here. For conventional non-QM, that's 1.5%. And For any company leads, that's a 50-50 split, so 75 basis points or 0.75% for any company leads on those first few deals. Now, everybody's going to have access to non-delegated and broker with over 120 different options. Everybody's going to get the website, CRM, POS, LOS. Everybody gets access to that instantly. The AI integration with Calvin, pretty cool feature there. Kyle will show you some of that here in a second. All kinds of different leads, which Kyle will show you in a minute here at a 50-50 split. And again, you can click that button, refer deals to your senior loan officer teammates. If you don't know maybe how to do a fix and flip loan, or want to learn how to do a new loan type, or maybe don't have that state license, click that button, still earn some commission, and work with your teammates there. And we are licensed in 23 states for primary and second homes. And that means we can do 21 additional states for our business purpose DSCR, some of our favorite options here. So that's how our plans work. You can go ahead and click this button to sign up for the applicable plan if you're ready to get started. Let's pass it over to Kyle, who can show some of the backend software that we just spoke about. So you ready, Kyle?
Yep, absolutely. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. And now I'm just going to highlight a few features here of our system. Of course, we know we do a full training with you when you come on board here, but just to highlight a few things, here's our CRM where you'll see, just like any other CRM, you can take your notes and send your emails and send your text, but you can also click a button here to have our Calvin AI assistant send your emails and text for you and craft them for you. And of course, the history piles up down here. You can set reminders for yourself. You can put people on action plans, drip campaigns to automatically email them and text them over time, all that kind of good stuff that most other CRMs do. But what really starts to set our system apart here is our quoting system. So by just putting in a few pieces of info here without needing to pull credit or anything, within 2 minutes, you can click one button, pull up all the pricing from all of our different outlets and select the pricing you want to show your client. And it spits out a nice, pretty quote like this, where they can see their rate choices that you gave them. They can scroll over these things to see what they mean. You can scroll down, you see it pulls in the Google map automatically. It pulls in the Zestimate of the property automatically. The proposed loan info here does the automatic breakdown of the monthly, taxes, insurance, HOA, has the estimated lender fees here, has you as the loan originator, and you can also attach your realtor here. So you can put your realtor partners on the quote. So your realtor partners, they absolutely love this because they know when they send you a client, not only can you quote them within minutes, but you're going to attach the realtor to the quote too, keeping them in front of them saying, hey, we're your team here that's pushing this deal across the finish line. Now, the best part about all this is that your client can then go ahead and just click start my loan application. And what that does is that takes them right to their borrower portal, which looks like this, where they can literally start filling out their 1003 right here, all within our system. They can upload their documents. They can see their loan info here. They can see the milestone of where their loan is at as it progresses here. And of course, it updates automatically as you go through the loan process on your end. So they have their borrower portal here. They can e-sign documents. When you need them to e-sign documents, they pull up in here and they don't have to leave the page, right? So everything is here in their login for them. Now, let me show you what it looks like on your end now that a customer has submitted their application, right? So they agreed to the quote, they submitted their application here. Now, if we go to your end, you'll see that this 1003 application is 100% complete, right? That's why it's all green. And what happens is when they submitted that application, they agreed to a credit pull, and we pull credit instantly and automatically. We pay for it up front, so the client doesn't have to pay for it up front, and you don't have to pay for it up front. It's frictionless. So when they submit their application, we instantly pull credit. That way, when you click our Encompass API here, when you're in our system and you're going to start actually originating the loan, you'll see when you pull this up, not only is the 1003 info imported into here, but also the credit is already pulled. It's imported in here. The liabilities are already imported in here. Everything is here ready for you to go already without you having to do anything. Now, Nick pointed out earlier our dual AUS here, the dual automated underwriting for Fannie and Freddie at the same time. Of course, a lot of different platforms are having this now where you can click one button to order them both at the same time, but we also have our AI that analyzes it for you and will let you know which one is the better way to go for your client there. So super easy. Now, once your loan is progressing through underwriting, if we scroll down here, you'll notice right here on this same page, you get the underwriting conditions. So you and your processor can come in here, dispute the condition, upload documents to fulfill the conditions. So every single thing is here in this one system. That's one login for you and one login for your client. So that's how we can take somebody all the way through the loan process, from being just a name, email, phone number, to calling them in the CRM, quoting them with the quoting system, collecting their application, pulling their credit, originating the loan, fulfilling conditions, all here within one login for you and one login for your client. Now, let's talk about where these leads come from in the first place. So first and foremost, we're going to be giving you leads from our live ad campaigns. So when somebody clicks on our ads, they opt in to be contacted, and you will be getting text messages the instant they click on those ads. So I'm going to show you a little screenshot here. This is of my test account. Over the course of, it looks like, what, maybe 3 hours here, you'll see the different texts that I got here. And this is what your phone would look like, where you're getting, notice here was just a general request for a national lead here, a business purpose DSCR leads here coming in. So all day you're going to be getting these text messages with these leads. Those are our live leads that are coming in from our ad campaigns. Now, another way that we provide you leads is here with our auto dialer. So we have an auto dialer just like any other auto dialer. You can call 300-400 people in a day. If they don't answer, you can press one button that drops them an automated text and an email from you and moves right on to the next call. So you can call a lot of people in a day, dropping those auto texts and emails. And we put the leads in here for you. So we have thousands of leads in here for you to call always. Notice there's some fix and flips in here right now that haven't been called yet. DSCR leads in here. We also even have lists of realtors in here if you want to call realtors to build those partnerships. So all kinds of leads here in the auto dialer for you to call. There's always leads to call that we provide you, not only with the dialer, but the leads in the dialer. Now, another way to work leads in our system is that Nick mentioned earlier, you can actually run your own ad campaign. So we're going to be giving you leads up front for, no upfront cost, right? On a 50-50 split. So you'll be getting those leads from us all day for free. Now, you can also have us run your ads for you, right? So you can do the same leads that we're giving you for free. You can run a campaign, you're paying for them up front, and there is no 50-50 split on the back end, right? So we can copy those same ad campaigns that we know work, put your budget on it, and those leads, since you paid for them up front, there is no 50-50 split on the back end. So again, we're going to be giving you leads for free every day with a 50-50 split on the back end, but you can also boost your pipeline even more and not have a split on the back end when you want to actually run the campaign yourself. And we'll just copy our campaigns that we know work, put your budget on it, and you'll be receiving those leads at no split on the back end. Now, another way you can work leads here in our system is maybe you're purchasing leads already from somewhere else like Zillow or LendingTree or Free Rate Update. Maybe you already have a lead source that you want to use, or maybe you want to run your own Facebook ads, whatever the case is. Anywhere else you want to get leads from, we give you your custom webhook here. So just copy and paste this to bring those leads in from anywhere else you're getting them. So let's say you're buying leads from Free Rate Update, you use your webhook here. That way, as soon as a lead comes into Free Rate Update, it goes into our CRM automatically. Our system notifies you with a text message. That way you can call them, quote them, do everything in our system just like any other lead. So whether they're leads that we're giving you or whether they're leads you're bringing in from third-party sources, they're all coming in the same way, instantly, automatically in the CRM. So you can call, quote, and do everything in the system here from start to finish. So basically, any way there is to work leads, we have that built into the system here for you. Now, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Jose here. So Jose is our CSO here with 28 years of experience as a loan officer and a realtor. So he'll talk about how this kind of all comes together to actually close more loans and the type of support that we have here to help you close those loans. So go ahead, Jose.
Absolutely. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar on joining the mortgage calculator. Definitely, you've heard about the amazing technology and the leads program. I don't really know any other company out there that is doing what we're doing with leads, as in disseminating them to the complete company, right? That's very cool and a great opportunity. So it's just a matter of time until the loan applications start popping into your email. because as soon as somebody submits a loan application via the system, you get an email through the system, loan application submitted, right? That's the first opportunity to go and get some support, because your team leader, everybody is assigned to a team leader. As soon as you're cleared to originate, your team leader gets that email. I get that email. The rest of management gets that email, and everybody's chiming in via email, already giving you some pointers to get you going. And then within 24 hours, you are supposed to meet with your team leader, go over the structure of that loan, and then get the loan application ready to submit if it's an already triggered file. Now, we do have two channels that we let you operate in. One channel is the non-delegated channel, where we're the lender, right? That's the one where you're going to get the most support. And then we have the wholesale channel, where you are a broker. And now I'm going to go first talk about quickly about the wholesale channel, because most of the action is in non-del. Wholesale, you basically disclose your own files after you meet with the team leader to review the file before going to an editor's portal to disclose it. You already would have met with your team leader about structure, but then you disclose it on the portal. Or if you're using third-party processing, which you can either use third-party processing at an additional cost to the borrower, or you can process it yourself to be more competitive and save the customer some money. But either way, you would have to handle that part on your own, versus non-del, where we have intake processing that registers and submits the loan to the portals. Then we have inside processing at only $495, I believe, for all file types, which handles the conditions and into the portals. They submit to the portals. You don't have to go to one of our investor portals and do anything. You just work the CRM, submit your documents via the CRM for then the processor to gather the conditions. And if everything looks good, then she will upload it to the investor portal for you to help you clear the conditions. And then once they're clear, we have our closing team that takes over and takes the file through closing. So definitely one of the great tools for support, besides the team leader. You're going to meet with your team leader for structure and everything, and you're also going to come to the Zoom room where I'm in for 4 hours a day for additional structure and support. And like one of our newer MLOs did, or at least she was new to the company at that time, pretty new to non-QM, but had some agency experience. And she picked up a lead in one of her own, in her leads package that she paid for. So the options are company generated leads, which you don't pay for those, and then those are paid based on a lead split, or your own self-gen leads, maybe from a leads package that you're paying for, and then it comes to your system. Like that one came to her, and it was a borrower previously denied at another lender because he's an investor, and they tried to force the file full doc. It didn't work out, and he got denied, got frustrated, and obviously went to our ad, clicked on it, and she got the lead, and it was a $1,056,000 lead, which netted her a $16,000 commission when we closed it. Now, the tricky part was how was that loan going to close? Well, luckily for her, she was at the mortgage calculator. She came to a structure meeting. In this scenario, I was the one who did all the structure meetings with her. We realized after reviewing the docs that she brought, because she did come prepared to the meeting, that's one of the requirements, that there was no way we could do that full doc. No way we could do that bank statement either, because of unverifiable large deposits. The only way that was going to fly was as a profit and loss loan, which she did not know that existed until she came to the mortgage calculator and never done one. But luckily for her, I have, and we do those all the time. And after a total of 4 structure meetings, that loan closed at 3 weeks and 2 days, which I forgot to mention. The additional hoop of fire that she had to jump through was the customer also requested that the appraisal that he had already paid for and was already done, came in at value, that the appraisal be transferred and used for the deal. You know, sometimes that presents difficulties, but we were able to assist her with that as well, close the deal, and got a nice $16,000 paycheck for her first loan, which I can guarantee you she would not have closed that loan had she been trying to do it on her own without all the structure support that she received during the meetings, where basically she got the concierge service and we helped walk her through the process of that loan, as we like to do with our MLOs at the Mortgage Calculator, through our support and mentorship program, so you can be closing loans within 30 days of being cleared to originate with the company. So I really look forward to having you all come on board, helping you structure your deals and having you close those loans.
All right. Let's go ahead and talk about the next steps then, and then we'll open it up to questions here. So just to go over the next steps, the page here, we'll drop the link there in the chat when you're ready to move forward, is to go to the mortgagecalculator.com/join. So the mortgagecalculator.com/join, we'll put the link there in the chat. Go ahead and sign up for the plan that's applicable to you here. Remember, as Nick was saying earlier, you need to have closed 6 loans in the past 12 months to sign up as a senior loan officer, meaning you're an active producing loan officer. Now, if you are come on board as a senior, if you're not, no problem. You're going to come on board as a loan officer. And again, maybe you're brand new, maybe you're just getting into the business, maybe you're just getting back into the business or don't have that production to show. Whatever the case may be, you come on board as a loan officer. And then as soon as you do have that production to show, we can get you upgraded to a senior loan officer. So when you go ahead and apply for the plan that's applicable to you here, it's going to take you right to sign the initial compensation agreement. Now, you don't have to sign it right then. It's also going to email you a copy. So don't worry, take your time, look it over. But once you do sign that agreement, that is when we can go ahead and send you all of the next steps. So once you sign that first agreement, we will reach out with the next steps of getting your ID documents, sponsoring your license and the NMLS, and all that kind of good stuff. So the first step is to go to the mortgagecalculator.com/join, apply for the applicable plan, and then we will reach out with the next steps. So with that being said, we can go ahead. What we'll do is we'll stop recording, and then we will go ahead and open it up to questions.